Hello everybody and welcome back to my YouTube channel. For those of you who are new, my name's Brittany. I'm a second grade teacher in Utah and I'm in the middle of setting up my classroom. So you'll have already seen classroom setup day one, and if you haven't, you should definitely go check it out because then you'll kind of see what I was up against this year. And if you haven't watched any of my videos before, maybe watch classroom setup from last year because that was intense. Anyway, as you can see, I've got a car full of stuff. This is a rain gutter. Excited to do good things with that. And then a bunch of boxes and containers, and then I have another box in the trunk as well. So yesterday I spent the whole day shopping, getting all the stuff, all the extra things that I needed. Luckily it wasn't too much stuff this year. I did have to go to 5 Dollar Trees to get the bins that I needed, which was a little bit frustrating, but you know, you do what you gotta do. So I'm back at the school now. My plan today is to unload everything out of my car, take it inside, and then set up all the furniture. So here we go. All right, so we made it inside. So here's what we're working with. It looks like I got more desks. So that's good because I have more students this year than I did last year. So I needed more desks. So today I'm going to take all the desks and set them up, move this table to where it's going. I got to clean up my desk. And then this shelf right here, I actually just bought drawers for. I'm not going to do the buckets this year. I'm going to try it in drawers, kind of like a teacher toolkit, but modified to fit my needs. And then, let's see, so I told you last time this pile in the corner is to get rid of, so I probably ought to start trying to take that stuff somewhere. And then, got to turn all the lights on. Back here in the back room, last time I was here, I cleared that shelf off and was like, oh, I'm going to take it all apart and not use it. Psych, nah. Can't take the shelf apart, and it feels really weird to have a totally empty shelf over there with so much stuff everywhere else. So I'm going to re-put things on this shelf, and then this pile of stuff right here needs to all be put away. So today is moving furniture day. Good news, it's way cooler today than it was last several days, so I might not even die sweating. I need to get rid of these 2 bookshelves. Also, I just noticed that when we moved them, we set the trash can on top of the phone, so I hope I haven't been like accidentally calling people or something like that. But anyway, so that's what we're working with today. So I think what I'm going to do first is go see if I can find a cart and get that other stuff inside, just because I won't want to make a trip to my car later. And if I have the cart, then I can also get rid of some of the stuff there too. So check for cart, and then we'll start setting everything up. Good news, I got the entire cart in. Bad news, that wore me out. Other good news, it just started raining and now I have everything in to have to go out in the rain. So now I've done my warm up, it's time for the workout, which is put all the desks out. And you think I'm kidding saying this is a workout, but I'm totally counting this because it's serious business, folks. So here we go. Okay, so I told you it was a workout. I got all the desks put out and the stacks of chairs near them. We have only 2 problems. Problem number 1, the new desks they brought me are significantly lower than my desks, so I'll need them to lift those ones up for me. Problem number 2, you can already start to see it. Do you see how gross these desks are? Yeah, at the end of the year last year, we cleaned our desks with shaving cream. As you can tell, that was incredibly unsuccessful. So these desks are sticky and powdery and gross. And so now I have to clean all the desks. But it looks like this setup's actually going to work super well. Last year I just didn't have a 5th person on these tables, but it doesn't look like that's going to cause too big of a problem because I can stagger them. They are totally uneven. It looks like there should be like another table here. These should be scooted over. But the reason why I leave this big empty spot here is because this is where we sit on the floor, and then this is where we go into the back room. So it's nice to have an open space here and an open space over there in the library. So the setup is going to work perfectly. Now I just need to figure out what to do with this corner. Like I said, I'm getting rid of those bookshelves, so I just need to figure out which direction I want to turn my kidney table. So here we go. Hello. Still dying. It's really hot. I've got my hair up now. The sweat's starting to hit even though it's cool outside. It is not super cool in here. So I'm just going to show you what I've done so far because I've actually done quite a few things, and because I'm moving around so much, I'm just not picking up the camera to do it. So Well, let me show you what I've done so far. Okay, so I'm thinking this is what my little guided reading corner is going to end up looking like. I kind of love that this shelf, I used to have this big one here. It just takes up so much less space, and so that area looks way less crowded, which is nice because it's right as you come in the door. So it already feels a little claustrophobic there to have that there. There's just honestly nowhere else that table can really go. So I have the little shelf now with the black crates on it. My color coordinating self really wanted to buy different crates from Walmart, but I'm also this year telling myself no a lot because I don't need them all to match, and those ones are free and they're here for me and I should just use them. So I'm trying to practice saying no to myself. Have all the desks up, brought out some stuff from the back room. This pile still has to go, but these things will eventually go over here. I cleared off this table in the back room. This goes back here, so I just need to scoot that into the middle. Cleared off this counter. These are the bins to do this situation up here. I have the rack for the headphones. That's going to hang here, so we'll put those up today. And then I need to clear off that shelf. So my next step, and honestly, I'm really close to being done, which is awesome. These two bookshelves need to be put together. One goes here and one goes at the front of the room. I need to put the rain gutter up, and then it's just kind of like some simple decor and organizing. I cannot even begin to tell you how amazing it is that after 2 days in the classroom, 1 day shopping, that I'm like pretty much done with everything that needs to get done as far as setting up goes. It took me like 3 weeks to put my classroom together the last 2 times I've done it because I started from scratch. So counting my many blessings that this year I didn't have to start from scratch, because that is a beautiful thing, which means I'm gonna have plenty of time today to type up what I need for labels and all sorts of stuff like that. I had to pause just now in the middle of building this bookshelf to remember about 2 years ago when I sat on the floor and used a fork and scissors to screw in the screws on the bookshelf, and then the same scissors to hammer in the nails on the back. And just remember how far we've come. And if you know a teacher, a toolkit might not be a bad gift idea for them, so they don't end up doing those kinds of crazy things. So I have switched now to the back room to do these shelves because I don't want to put together another bookshelf right now, so we'll do that in a second. We're changing gears here. Okay, I need to go home in like 45, actually I don't have any deadline to go home. I'm gonna be hungry in about 45 minutes. So I have about 45 minutes left to finish up work today, so my plan is to do my desk. But I have gotten a lot done and I love the way it's looking. So let me show you what I just did while I was just listening to music and sweating it out. So let me show you the back room now. So this shelf is reading, guided reading, and some reading materials. I have a couple math books there because they don't fit anywhere else. Making labels for all of this tonight. Those all match. I got the other basket for that shelf. Math shelves. Very crowded, but good nonetheless. I got one more of these from Michael's because I have the grammar puzzles from School in the City. If you don't follow Kristen, you should check her out because her grammar puzzles are awesome. My plan is to take them out of these boxes and put it into here and then use these boxes for these odd math games that aren't in a box. So eventually that will all be in there. I just can't be bothered to do that today. The big project over here is complete. This shelf looks really empty and weird, but you know, whatever. Maybe I'll switch those two so it doesn't look as strange. So I've got these baskets, bags, paper bags, and cups like food serving. That's full of napkins, so more food serving. That's got bubbles, another end of the year supplies. That's toilet paper tubes for crafts, and that's plastic garbage bags. This is all craft supplies, and then these are all empty containers, which I have at least 5 of, so that I use those to pass out supplies to tables. So that's all put together, and now my pride and joy. Ta-da! So other than the binders looking super janky right there, because I told you last year I was going to put labels on them and I never did, so there they remain. This is now my teacher books shelf. So I'm going to make labels for each of those bins. You can see on this one right here that it's got the sleeve on it already. So they'll also all have sleeves and labels those are all my teacher books, and there's only 3 that couldn't go in the bin because they were a little too fat. So that worked out super nicely. These supplies right here are for spelling tests and then parent volunteers who come in, so those stay on the counter. This is my student mailbox system. It's just got file folders with each of their names. Student supplies. This is where I keep my homework copies for the year, and then those 2 bins hold different language arts copies for the year. Obviously these pencil boxes will not be here because those go to the kids. And this cabinet now has indoor recess games, which used to be on the shelving over here, but aren't. And then the headphones will hang in this space once I finally put the curtain rod up with my super awesome hole in the wall. So we are making tons of progress. It looks way crazier out here because there's just stuff everywhere, but progress is being made. Oh gosh, I just looked at the desks again. Can you see that? Never, ever, ever, ever clean your desks with shaving cream, okay? Just don't do it. Okay, we're gonna go to the teacher area now. Okay, after much struggling, I have this shelf put together. I only put it together backwards one time and it was an easy fix. So now everything that's on this shelf and some of the stuff that's under here is going to be split between these 2 shelves. So I'm gonna put those together and then I'll show you what it looks like. So I'm done for today. I'm worn out. This is all I can handle. So I'm sitting on a beanbag eating Skittles while I stare out into my room. And I think that means I should probably just go home. So I'll show you really fast the teacher workspace I just finished up and a couple other things that I did. English is a hard language, guys. And then I'm going to head home because obviously I need food and rest. So here you go. Okay, this is the updated teacher desk area look. I'm realizing that I might want to move the number line because this looks a little strange. So I've got these 2 white bookshelves. This is all teacher materials. Also, this is really light. A lot of the other things in my classroom are bright, but it's fine. It's like a calm corner. I redid some stuff on the wall. I just got a little corkboard instead of my pictures on strings, so I'll put some other decorations up there for myself. A student gave me this and I like it, so I hang it up. Anyway, this is going to be what my new teacher area looks like. I saw a ton of people doing the teacher toolboxes, and I just didn't think that that would work for me, so I got the little 3 drawers so that I have bigger spaces. So those have a bunch of different office supplies, tape, markers, and Play-Doh. That's paper. I don't think that those will live there. Those are teacher books, like teaching toolkit type books. This is a reward system, decor, extra pencils and things. I don't know if that'll stay, but that's how that is for now. And then up here, this is the rotation centers turn-in work, and I need one for our morning work, but I haven't figured that out quite yet. So I fixed that up. I did make a to-do list for the whiteboard. I already had one on paper. I haven't touched anything over there. These are the 3 crates that are going under there. Set out the chairs. This is all furniture that's leaving. That is potentially going to be, no, that is definitely going to be my tech table. I'm not buying a new one. So that's going to have our Chromebooks and iPads on it and everything plugged in under there. That's all the cords there. That's student materials that I'll put on desks. I'm actually going to return those lights because I found some in our surplus stuff. So I'm just going to use those. These are things I need to put away. This is my new dumping ground. I went ahead and set up the stools around here and put the other ones over there at the writing station. I've got my whole guided reading situation set up. I hung up one of the push lights just to see what it would look like because that's how I'm planning to use it. And yeah, that is all that I've done. I say that's all I've done like I haven't done too much today, but it's been a lot. I got a ton accomplished. I honestly don't have that much left to do. When I look up there at the list that I put together, that's all in a day's work. It's not going to be too hard. So I have 1, maybe 2 days left, and then my classroom will be where I want it to be to start the school year, and we still have several weeks before school starts. So that's pretty awesome. I'm feeling really good about that. Anyway, so I'm going to get my shoes on and pack up my stuff and head out for the day. I made a huge list of all the labels I need to make, so that will be my tonight activity, so I can come back and label everything, which is a very fun activity. So really I just have kind of like some minor decorating things left to do. All the big organizational stuff is pretty much done, and I'm feeling really good about it. I'm liking how this looks. I've always been more of the mindset of a very minimal classroom, so that's just how I roll. This is definitely more my aesthetic, to have like simpler shelves and less clutter. So I like the way that things are turning out. It's been really good. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button and I will be back with you later to finish up setting up this classroom. Thanks for your support. See ya!